Well, I waited as long as I could, fellas. Tuesday, October 8th. First filling. Just got a text from one of our elevators, said there was cutworms in the wheat that was up. So that's one reason we've waited. He said they're going to start spraying wheat tomorrow for cutworms. That's not good. This will be, I think this stuff will probably lay in the ground. I don't believe it'll come up. We run the drill auger, so we didn't have any mud daubers in it. There's some moisture down there, 1.5 inches, but I don't know that we can get to it. So anyway, we're gonna get rolling. Right or wrong. After we travel a long ways with this on the road, that fertilizer settles down around that auger and we have trouble with it starting. So Bob's got the auger pinched down. Up there, there's an adjustment. We've got it pinched down pretty tight. So it's a little bit slower filling, but when you plug that auger, we can reverse it by switching our hoses, but we still couldn't get it unplugged last year. We ended up having to open the trap on the bottom to get it loose. Lost about 40 pounds of fertilizer at least, and that's how we got it unplugged finally. So anyway, both drills are full of wheat. We got to fill them both with fertilizer. Get moving. Brought you right back. I don't know if I mentioned in that other video. Maybe I did. If so, I'll just delete this one. That we have cutworms in the area. I think I did. Yeah, I'll quit there. And if I didn't mention the other one, I'll add this. But cutworms in the wheat that's up already. Yeah, I know I mentioned it. Well, I got the FDJ, first aid jitters. You know, we're spoiled. This GPS was kicking out on me, telling me no compensation, no terrain compensation. Generally that means you've held the foot pedal too long, or you've steered it, knocked it out, something. I reset it 4 or 5 times. It just run 100 yards and kick out again. So I was actually running freeform on the outside round.
Hoses on the openers that come out of the slot.
On the seed or the fertilizer?
Seed.
Are they still doing it, or do they just did?
No, I mean back, 20 minutes ago they did. I poked them back in there. I don't know if they weren't in there good or what.
So anyway, Bob said he's got some seed opener tubes that come out. I don't know, this is pretty rough. This is first year. We did have corn on this one. It was our corn. That was the first crop we'd ever been on. They were tilling it, and the guys, I probably said in other videos, the guy sprayed it like 4 different directions down the hill, and they got tracks down the hill where the sprayer ran. So we're trying to run it at 225 degrees and see if we can knock some of this down a little bit. This is my first pass here on 225 degrees. I just, like I said, got it opened up. Bob's over there. Running another line. He's running another line over there. So we're running pretty slow because it's rough. I think we're running 4 mile an hour. Yeah, it's that rough. Alright, yeah, we're started anyway. Just a real quick check-in. It's Wednesday. What is it, the 9th?
So you had a hell of a time over there. Still had a cow out. Then I went back over with a bucket of cube. Oh yeah. Told Cody to shut the damn gate. Shut him in. I've been for a day or 2 in the lot. Yeah. Guess I'll get brought home whenever I get done.
So anyway, it's Wednesday. I didn't tape anything this morning. Still on that same quarter. Bob didn't get down here till 4:30 or so today. I drilled 2 boxes out. About 80 acres, I guess, before he showed up. So He's cut it in two between us. Tried to wipe the camera. I don't know if it's a camera or what it is, but it looked a little cloudy. So anyway, just back and forth. We'll finish this quarter tonight. 158 acres in this one. Then we've got another 100, about 150 close, about 3 miles away. Then we make a pull, about a 10-mile pull from that. We got 134. A couple of spots, a couple 80s on the river, and then back up towards the house. We got another quarter or so. So anyway, trying to get done. Looks like we got a weather change Monday and Tuesday. The high today I think was 92. It's 86 tomorrow. And Monday I'm seeing 66 for a high, 42 for a low. And Tuesday I'm seeing 57 for a high and 39 for a low. So anyway, I'd like to be done by the end, but I don't know that we can pull that off. Probably can't. We're going to run out of seed wheat. Have to get some seed wheat somewhere. So anyway, I just touching in and give you guys an update that we're just about done with this quarter. Pretty sunset. I struggled today. I come down auger in the pup trailer. Get you zoomed in there. Anyway, the auger on the pup trailer for the fertilizer wouldn't come on. It was, if you drive that thing too far, that fertilizer gets packed down around that auger and then it won't start. So I had to open the trap door on the bottom and run about 100 pounds of fertilizer on the ground. And then it fired up. Didn't have a shovel. Bob had to bring a shovel when he came. We cleaned that mess up. Then when I was loading wheat, the remote control that we used to turn on and off the auger, it quit. So I was having to run clear back the truck, kill the main switch, and yeah, it wasn't real good. So Bob bought a remote and changed the remote out. Must have been the battery. He didn't mess with it, just put a new remote on it. And cleaned up our mess, or my mess. At that time, we had an O-ring leaking on the fitting for the remote into the pup trailer. So he brought an O-ring kit. We changed it, got it to quit leaking. Loaded my drill, I was empty, and then we got back to running. Like I said, we'll get this one done. It'll be probably right at dark, maybe just a hair after. Move to the next one tomorrow. Thursday, October 10th. Just back and forth. Got started down here, pretty good time. Then I had to have the landlord get the seed truck with me and fill the drill. I'll have enough to finish this place. And then he helped me take it to the next field. Bob just called. He's on his way to the next field with the other drill, so he'll get started on that one and I'll finish this one. Probably lack about, I don't know, 15 acres on this place is all. Looks like it's going in pretty well. For conditions. Alright, I don't want to bore you with back and forth. I'll just touch base. This farm's a little smoother than the last one. We're running about 5.2. That's a little hard to see. All right, no more. Talk to you guys later. I'm not going to let it be a bad day. Started putting fuel in our service truck, and I was pumping along, and I heard the pump make a different tone. I get down, shows it's still pumping. There's nothing coming out of the nozzle. Pulled the filter. There's nothing coming out of the filter, out of the pump to the filter. That's a brand new Fill-Rite. I mean, that thing hasn't pumped 2,000 gallon. She's done. So anyway, you guys all having trouble with satellite service on your GPS? Our satellites yesterday were off 3 feet part of the time. They would be on, dead on, and then they'd be 3 feet off. So I've heard this solar storm's causing a heck of a problem. Had a neighbor call me at 5:30 this morning wanting to know if we were having trouble. I said, yep. Alright, we're going to show you when we get moving. Alright guys, it's 10 till 10, Friday the 11th of October. Just making the outside rounds on this place. Took me a bit to get everything around this morning. I had to transfer seed and fertilizer last night. And then this morning I had to take fuel down to the tractors. My little sister helped me. We brought the tandem down to this farm, seed and fertilizer. Then we took the service truck back. That's when we fueled tractors. Aired up one tire on a drill. And then she helped me move the tractors. I moved one, she moved the other one. Got them both filled with seed and fertilizer. As I stated, I'm on the opening round, 134 acres here. Bob's supposed to be here. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I lied. It's 10 till 11. I was going to say, well, we're getting a pretty decent start for all we had to do. No, it's 10 till 11. So, anyway, we're getting about 27 acres an hour, if I figured yesterday correctly. 5 mile an hour, 54 feet. And that was fill time, I think, too. That's what we kind of averaged yesterday. So anyway, we'll be here a few hours. And then we move to southeast of Oxford. It's probably about, I don't know, 15, 18 miles from here. Maybe close to an hour pull. Maybe not quite that far. But anyway, neither here nor there. I don't know if we'll get moved down there this evening. We got beans I looked at last night. I believe we ought to be cutting some double crop beans. I'd like to get the 2 farms at Oxford done. There's roughly 160 down there. So we can knock this one out today. Bob's got a football game tomorrow. He talked about not going, but yeah, those only come once in a while too, so I don't know what we'll do. I guess you guys will probably know shortly after I know. Anyway, we'll work on this one and hope everything goes smooth. Good thing about planting back and forth is when you break a chain and don't catch it immediately, you can split the drill halfway and get the whole skip with one pass. So I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm running every other pass. Look back. So I had a chain knot running on that corner. Pretty good about watching them, but it looks like I drilled about 3 passes with it off, so I guess it could have been worse. Sarah was still here, Bob's wife. She ran the Tractor Supply because Napa didn't have 50 chain, believe it or not. Not sure what that was about. And got us some 50 chain. Anyway, we're back in the saddle. I got, I think, 1 more pass. So I went up and back twice to catch up what I hadn't drilled. Like I said, I guess I just fortunate I caught it that quickly and move on. And Bob there's a clamp on that Great Plains drill that clevises the axle. It's a phenolic or something like that. And we put them new in when we started drilling. And I don't know, he said that axle's walking terribly bad. I said, well, you better stop and see if there's something wrong. Well, he stopped and that whole block's gone. Busted off, gone. So anyway, his wife was headed back to another town west of here to deliver some parts, and he called, stopped her. She had to come back for a second time. Picked him up, took him over to Schmidt's to get pieces, and had to call our little sister that helped this morning, and she has to go get Bob's boy from school because they weren't going to get back in time for that. So anyway, we were hoping to get this quarter done and get moved, get started on the other one, but I don't know. We'll see. We ain't supposed to get nothing done. Broke a bracket, broke that chain, Bob broke a phenolic piece. So we're at a neighbor's shop. I call them buddies, but Bob don't call them buddies. We got beer to drink, he said. Not us, the buddies. We don't drink beer. Is that in there, Bob? Yep. You need more heat. Huh? We called them and asked them where they was. They was busy. So anyway, we're gonna get this welded up. We're half a mile from the field. So, I was just thinking, hang on. Man, looks like we got a little oil on that. Hang on a minute. I don't know if that's better or not. So anyway, I was just doing some thinking. We got rolling again. Welded that piece, threw it back on, and we're up and moving. Are you guys' neighbors as good as ours? Down here, we're south of home, 20 miles. Great guys, great neighbors. I'm sure there's some down here that are iffy, but not this bunch. But anyway, no, I was just kind of thinking, I'm sorry, I'm not really concentrating on what I'm saying, I'm trying to get turned around. The only time I've ever seen neighbors like we have, we used to custom cut, and in North Dakota, those guys, man, if you needed something, you just used it. You didn't even ask. And that's how these guys are. We obviously try to ask, try to let them know that we're there. Let's see if I can get lined up here. It's gonna be a little tough on this angle. Hang on. So we're back and running. Got that piece welded. I got to thinking, these guys down here, we're down in their area, they've always been good to us. We farmed down here for a long time. We know them pretty well. He's a good bunch of guys. A couple brothers as well. But anyway, I was thinking, do you guys have neighbors like that? You just go in their shop, he wasn't home. We did make a phone call, tell him we were going to steal his welder. He was 1,000% fine with that. And, sorry, I got some short rows here. And, anyway, I know there's neighbors that don't get along, and then we've got neighbors that probably aren't our favorite. But as a whole, everybody helps everybody. At least they help us, we help them. And, the only other place I've been around, like custom cutting and things, North Dakota. Those guys up there, we used to cut up there, I've told you guys, at Washburn and Berthold. And we were cutting at Berthold one time. And the guy that we were cutting for had left his service truck in the field. We come back the next day to get the service truck, and it was gone. I'm like, man, somebody stole the service truck. And he said, oh no, somebody needed it. They borrowed it. It'll show back up. 3 days later, it showed up at home at his house in the yard. Blew my mind. But, you know, that's even probably better than anybody around here would do. I wouldn't think of doing that, but probably most people wouldn't here. But anyway, those guys up there, at least where we were and who we were around, it was unbelievable to me. So, you guys, give me your 2 cents. Do you guys have neighbors like that doesn't matter if they're around or not? Grab their tools, grab their welder, grab their service truck as far as that goes. Just something I was thinking about when I think of how much I appreciate these guys. This isn't the first time, it won't be the last. We have something the other day on that gleaner when I blew that hydraulic line. Well, that R62, we were picking corn a few videos back. I think it's one of my higher viewed videos even. And it took 1 inch and a 16th wrench, which we didn't have. We didn't have our service truck. You can't get anything on that fitting where it is up on the frame of that gleaner. It has to be an open end, narrow wrench. And I called Albert today. I need 1 inch and a 16th narrow. You know where they're at. Go get it. I did. Went and got it. Fixed my thumb up, cleaned their inch up, put it back. So, anyway, I was just thinking about that while I was sitting here running. Sure appreciate guys like that. And I try to be the same, you know. I tell everybody, especially if they're a long ways up in our area, oh, you guys need anything, you know, just let me know. I don't care if it's water for a radiator or a wrench or, you know, I don't care. If you need something, holler. I will do my best to see that I can help you. Anyway, I'll holler at you guys later. Probably not the dumbest thing.
Supposed to be one right in front of me too. There's like 20 of them.
Look at all of them go across the hill, Cody. About 20 deer going across there. Can't see them. One running in front of Cody and one running in front of Bob. It's probably not the smartest thing we've ever done. It's not quite as light as it shows in the camera. I don't know how far we've got to get over there. Probably another 6 or 8 miles. If we get moved over there, then Bob and I can start early in the morning and get that 85 acres done before he has to go to a football game. Then after the football game, maybe we can move and do the last 70 over there. I really wanted to be cutting beans Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. Today's Friday. Then we got 160 up towards the house yet. After we finish these down here. We're about half done. No, we're well over half. Know what I'm saying there. Alright, I gotta tend to business, guys. Just getting ready to pull in, fellas. Couple 100 yards up here. It's an extremely steep hill. Cody's taking it easy. He did a good job tonight. Real good. Cody's about to run me out of air here. Yeah, alright. Bob's already in. Let me get out of the way here. Talk to you guys tomorrow.